here we are, week 7, which is a review. Next week, we will take a quiz. So what will happen is there will be, I think, 18 questions that you will have to answer inside the classroom. During that, I will be taking one student out each at a time out, and they will play an example or an exercise for me and one line of a song of their choosing. All right, so what is rhythm? Rhythm is the constant repeated pattern of sound. What is tempo? The correct answer is the speed at which a passage of music should be played. Question number 3. How many beats does a quarter note receive and draw one? Well, a quarter note receives one beat of sound, and you will draw it by making a circle, filling it in, and putting a line up. How many beats does a quarter rest receive? Draw one. Well, a quarter rest receives one beat of silence, and it's just a squiggly line. Question 5. What are the 2 notes that do not get a sharp in the musical alphabet? Well, the answer to that is E and B. Number 6, say the complete musical alphabet. Well, you'll have to write A sharp. The sign for sharp is a number sign, so you'll have to write all of this. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Number 7, what does a time signature tell us? Well, the time signature tells us how many beats are in a measure. Question 8, what is a measure? Well, measure is a section of music that begins and ends with a bar line. Question 9, how many beats does a half note receive? Well, it gets 2 beats of sound, and you draw it with a circle. We don't fill it in, and we draw the line up. Number 10, how many beats does a half rest receive? Well, a half rest receives 2 beats of silence, and it's just a top hat. We draw a line, and then we put a filled in rectangle on top of it. How many beats does a whole note receive? Whole note receives 4 beats of sound. So you put a circle in there, and you're good. How many beats does a whole rest receive? The answer is 4 beats of silence. It's just a half rest turned upside down. How many beats does a dotted half note receive? A dotted half note receives 3 beats of sound. It's a half note, and then you have to draw the little dot. Number 14, how many beats are in a 3/4 measure? Well, the answer is 3. What is a measure? Well, we've already answered that. I think the question should have been, how many beats are in a 4/4 measure? And that would have been 4. What does BPM stand for? Well, that stands for beats per minute. What does a metronome do? There's a metronome. Well, a metronome clicks the BPM. So if we need 80 beats per minute, we'll set the metronome for 80, and it will click 80 times in 1 minute. What does a repeat sign do? Well, a repeat sign tells a player to repeat a section 1 time. So we see those double dots, dot, 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 dot. We see the double dots. Oh, that means we repeat again. So those are our 18 questions. Inside, then I will take one student out at a time. They will have to play or clap exercise 1. So if I played or clapped it, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, repeat, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4. Then you'll have to either play Jingle Bells, the first line, or Silent Night, the first line. And that's what we have. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, make sure that you email me, and I'll be glad, or call me, and I'll be glad to get the answers to you. Thanks.